On the blackest nights we sail through fog, two voices echo from the salty bog, with tales of movies and actors bold. Host Josh and Jillian, their stories unfold. Hold fast the wheel, listen to the drive, the Plank Podcast where legends vibe. From silver screens to haunted dreams, in Josh and Jillian's twisted schemes. Brought to you by Anchor Bay Entertainment. Now here's your hosts, Josh and Jillian. Yeah.
How do you want to get pumped? Do you want to smack?
What do you want?
What do you want? What do you want?
Want
I mean, what do you want to do?
What is
what
wrong
do you want
with
to do to get pumped?
What happened to, hey Josh, how are you? How was your fucking day?
Have we started?
It's recording.
Oh. All right. Well, welcome to.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Plank.
Welcome back to episode 3 of the Plank. I came up with the Plank, where we tie you up, stick a knife in your back, and push the industry to the edge. Cool. Ooh. What do you think? I've been working on it for
I
the
think
last
I love it.
10 minutes.
I need to hear it again. Can you do it again?
Welcome to the Plank, where we tie you up, stick a knife in your back, and push the industry to the edge.
Huh.
I mean, it's long.
I don't hate it.
You don't.
I think I like it. Let me warm up to it.
Well, it's not. You're not going to see it on a bus stop. You know, like it's just too long, or on a bus.
Well, now I kind of
Or
want to
in a
see it on a
subway.
bus because I think that'd be funny.
But it'd be too long to really, it'd be just too long.
Yeah,
If
I
they
guess.
shortened it up, it'd be like, "Welcome to the Plank, where we push you to the edge." But that's generic. That's
Yeah.
generic.
No generic.
Well,
on
I haven't
this
seen
pod.
you in a couple days.
I know. Did you watch anything?
I watched our guests' movies,
Yeah, I did too.
and I did my fantasy football draft.
Who's your team?
The Bears. The Bears.
The Bears. The
Bears.
Bulls. I couldn't care less about who wins football. I'm more of an NCAA than an NFL girly.
Oh, it's called NCAA.
Yeah.
Double
Well,
A.
that's how sporty I am.
Okay.
Actually, that's not true. I golf.
You do golf.
Yeah,
What-
I'm pretty good at golf.
What's your handicap? Just kidding. I know you.
I don't know it yet.
I don't know my handicap. I'm
Okay.
not sure what that even means.
I know what it means.
What does it mean?
It's like the average above par that you have. Like, say if you
Oh.
shot 100, then that'd be 25 over par. So then if you do that 5 times, then they average out your score.
I'm probably 10.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever broke 90?
Like under 90?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
In 18 holes. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Yeah.
In 18 holes? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you haven't. Anyway. Wow.
I have. But I was told that the golf course was easy
Okay.
afterwards.
We have to see Cuckoo.
We do. We were supposed to see that.
I don't know, at some point. What is...
We were supposed to see it yesterday, but... Oh, you went to the Magic Castle, right?
Yeah, I did go to the Magic Castle. Weird Al Yankovic was there.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
Like-
And my dad knows his drummer. So my dad was like, hey, we're friends-ish. Not distant, but
Really? So your dad talked to him?
yeah. He was like, hey, I know so-and-so. My son and I came to your show one time in Vegas, I think. And he was like, oh my God, that's so cool. And then they talked, and
Doesn't your dad... Is your dad like a...
my dad's a magician, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he traveled around Illinois in the 80s doing magic.
Just Illinois?
Yeah, well, then he went to
the
college.
Magic Capital.
Well, yeah, the magic capital of Macomb, Illinois. And then he went to college out here and got in the industry and put magic to the side. But he always did magic for me and my brother growing up, and we were not allowed to touch his toys.
Oh.
It was very bad, and we got yelled at if we touched his magic.
I thought you were saying we were not impressed.
No, I was impressed.
So-
I can be cut into 3 pieces.
We're going to have to do that on this show.
I don't trust you to
with
do
your
that
dad, with
trick
your dad.
respectfully.
We'll bring, yeah, I wouldn't trust me either. But
Good.
did none of you the magic didn't? It's not hereditary. It didn't rub off.
Well,
it's
who
just not
knows?
it's not in your.
If he'd
blood.
let me play with the tricks, who knows where? Maybe I'd be a member of the Magic Castle right now.
Oh, he didn't want you to live a life of a magician. It's a tough.
No, I
life.
think he didn't want me to break his fragile items that he spent a lot of time and money on, which I get. But now I'm an adult. Let me play with them.
Is it too late to learn magic? I mean,
I don't think so.
You're learning the bass guitar. You're learning golf.
Uh-huh.
You can learn magic.
I'm learning Spanish. Might as well learn magic. I actually think I could, because I was watching someone's audition the other day, or like what they did for their Magic Castle audition, and they showed us at the castle, and I was like, I could do that. I could do that.
What are you trying to figure it out? Can you figure it out? Do you have like
most of the time I know it.
Oh,
most of the time I know the tricks.
Because your dad did eventually.
And because like I buy a lot of his like tricks as like Christmas presents and birthday presents and stuff. But
okay,
yeah, he's auditioning in October, so we'll see what happens.
Wow.
I know. We'll see who becomes a member first, me or my dad. That'd be crazy.
So he's auditioned. So you just
you audition to be a member.
You audition
a magic member. You can just like cut a fat check and like be a member, but like.
But like a magic you put on shows.
You can audition to put on shows.
Right, and that's what he's doing.
You audition to be a member, and then once you're a member, then it's a separate audition process to perform at the castle.
And is your dad? Is he bald?
No.
Oh, because I just all the magicians like at the Magic Castle seem to be bald. Think about it.
No, not true.
Maybe things have changed. I haven't been to the Magic Castle in quite a few years, but I feel like every time
there's a lot of bald heads in this castle.
Well, I have been to the Magic Castle and seen some bald magicians, but also they would come to the bar that I worked at the time, and they were bald too. They were like, I was like, you work at the Magic Castle. Like, how'd you know? I'm like, because you're bald.
That's.
I'm a fan of your work.
Yeah, of course. Wow. Well, you know whose work I am a fan of is our guest.
Oh, I forgot. We have a guest.
Dean Dempsey. Thank you for joining the plank today.
What's up, Dean?
He came off of his long flight from New York City and got in a car and came straight here. So thank you so much for being here.
You're very welcome.
Yeah. How's your day going?
You're looking at it, sweetie.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Wow, cool. Well, we're excited to talk about
I had a feeling that your father was a magician. Can I just say?
Yeah. I give off the vibe of magician's
I think
daughter.
it's the velvet everywhere. I just feel like there was a rabbit in here somewhere.
I heard you like magic. I got a wand and a rabbit. Well,
and a hat right there.
True.
On a skeleton.
I love a chop.
A wand and a rabbit. I think that's a category on Pornhub, but I'm not certain of it. But
well, you're clearly not a Chaperone fan.
Well,
I'm really excited to talk to you. Sure. I'm interested about your background because I love your art. So I'm curious how growing up in Tucson was for you.
I mean, I was born in Tucson. I grew up all over the country.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, when did you leave Tucson?
I don't know, before school.
Before college?
No, before like grade school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where'd you grow up?
All over the country. So
Where would you call home?
Well, I call home now in New York, but I grew up in Arizona, California, Tennessee, Nevada.
Wow.
Yeah. Wait, California, so you've already been here.
Yeah.
You've already done this.
Yeah.
What was your first love? Which art? Because I know that you're a photographer and you're a writer and an actor.
I think actually, it's interesting. I don't know, man. Like I think it would be sculpture.
Really?
I really always liked bringing things to life out of stagnant objects.
Where do you think that came from?
I don't know. My eyeballs.
Love.
Would you like to sculpt like?
I don't sculpt anything.
Oh, you don't?
I just liked it. I just remember like going into like the San Francisco MoMA and just seeing these sculptures, and I was like, this is one block of marble. And I had the same feeling with paintings too. It's like some of those paintings were just, it's not even. I realized very young that it's not even the application of the paint as much as it is the simplicity of it. Sometimes, it's just a giant white canvas, just a little bit of something, and I was like, oh, so you're actually incorporating all of this other stuff around whatever infliction that you had on the canvas, whatever. I don't know, man. Mm-hmm. It's all just storytelling to me. So
yeah, you got your BFA at San Francisco Art Institute.
It's not a school anymore, as far as I heard.
Oh, R.I.P.
Which is really a bummer because it was a beautiful campus.
What was your concentration in?
Sculpture.
Really?
Yeah, but I didn't really sculpt. I just welded shit, bummed around, smoked pot.
Cool.
Yeah.
So how did being a sculptor turn into being a writer, actor, director?
It's all storytelling, right? So I think John Waters put it best when he said, someone asked him, like, why don't you direct anything anymore? Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I don't need to direct. I have books, I have art, I have all these things. And he says they're all just storytelling. So I like that analogy in the sense that if you're cooking dinner, you have rice on one burner, and then you're simmering the tomatoes on another, and so forth. They all, become, they all sort of formulate into one meal, which is the idea, right? Mm-hmm. It's also like it's dictated by by the idea, right? So some ideas can only be done in poetry. Some ideas can only be done in a horror film or a painting or whatever, right? So it's, to me, an anomaly when someone can just do one thing. Like I am a painter or I am a writer or director. Right on. That's amazing. Like you can just do that. Maybe I have ADD, I don't know, but it's like, well, this has to be in this way.
Yeah.
So,
but it's about the process that you enjoy. Like,
yeah, well, yeah, it's the process that leads to a very specific product. Yeah.
Do your friends think you're weird?
Oh, friends, I don't know. I haven't had any of those since the 90s. Everyone's doing something weird.
Yeah, okay.
I'd like to surround myself by people who are making things.
Got you.
And whatever the fuck they are. It could be in any sense of the imagination. If they're working on something that they can talk about, I want to talk to them.
Right.
People that have a job that they don't have a story about, I'm less interested in having a drink with them because there's nothing to talk about.
Right.
Right. You could be a bum, in New York, you have these guys that come on the they're not all bums, a lot of them are young kids, but they come on to the train and it's showtime and they do tricks. And it's like, I fucking love it. Everyone's like, oh God, it's brutal. I think it's fantastic.
Right.
And they're working for tips and, I could imagine having a drink with them.
Right.
Because, they're going to talk about that trick that didn't land or that the guy whose face they accidentally kicked. Or something.
Right. They have stories.
They have a story.
Interesting.
And, who would we want to be surrounded by but people with good stories?
And I think
that's what this business is about, right?
Yeah. And I think we see that in your movies, too. It's kind of like a little bit kind of cinema verite in a way, to where you kind of, let the especially Candy Apple.
Yeah.
It's like, it's more like, I don't know if any of it was improvisation or if a lot of those people, if you knew, or if they're even actors, or if they're just, just people.
Yeah, Candy Apple was a very unique film, and I wish that I could do that one again just to experience it, because a lot of those people in the film are dead now, but they were bar regulars, right? So those drunks at the bar are drunks at the bar. Right. Oh, cool. And I would tell them, hey, I know you're not going to remember this script, but just hit A, B, and C. So-and-so walks in, hit A. They say that, hit B, and then just improvise C, And they were just fantastic. They were so natural, and I paid them in vodka.
Nice.
It's probably what killed them. But...
No, I love the bar guy. He was one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Uncle Walty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. He was a cool guy, dude.
You know what the fuck happened to me last night? You have any idea what happened to me? You have no idea where I spent the night. First, I was going to 32nd Street with the Korean hose, but then I realized I didn't have enough money in my pocket, so they fucking put me in a cab, and they said, oh, take him to 219 Fifth. The cab driver took me to 219 Fifth Avenue. And I said, holy shit, man, this just doesn't look like where I live. Key didn't fit into any one of those goddamn buildings. Of course, I live at 219 East 5th Street. At this point, I'm so fucking drunk. I'm like on all fours. I'm crawling because I lost all my muscle function. I go over to Park Avenue South. I could find a cab or something. Nobody would fucking pick me up. So I went to sleep in one of those big planters for like 6 hours. Woke up at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and I saw all these ambitious people, going to work and shit. And that was it. So I just slept there for like 6 hours, and it was so beautiful. I had a one of the most restful nights I've had. Yeah.
You know, we used to fuck with him at the bar that used to be down the street. It was not the one we shot at, but he would keep track of his drinks he would keep the straws for each one.
Smart.
So he would know how many drinks. So he'd count his straws. He got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But he'd go to the bathroom and we'd fuck with him. We'd put like 7 more.
Oh shit!
So he'd come back and he'd be like, "Fuck, I'm fucked up." Shit, 1, 2. He'd count all the way. He's like, "God damn, I gotta get the hell out of here."
That's so funny.
Yeah, but he ended up drinking himself to death. But the moral of this story is, kids, you know, you gotta have a story.
Drink in moderation.
Yeah, so Candy Apple is something that working with non-actors with a personality is a very privileged experience. Working with non-actors with none, you're wasting film or whatever, gigs, data.
Candy Apple is it's such a beautiful film, and the relationship that drives the whole story of the father and the son is so interesting and specific because they're both kind of in the same point of life. Can you talk about what drew you to creating that relationship and those characters?
Well, so the person who played my father is my father.
Cool.
Right? So I met him later in life by accident.
Okay.
Where at?
Well, I won't blow him up, but no, I met him in Tucson. It was Bisbee. It was outside of a Circle K.
Oh.
And, make a long story short, I recognized him by his tattoos. And, I approached him. So my first name is Bobby, right? My mother's name is Susie. So I walked up to him, and he was buying a tall can of Ice House, which is like a
terrible beer.
It's a cheap beer, right? Yeah. And this is about 9:30 in the morning or something, 10 o'clock or something. And I says, "Hey, man, do you remember Susie and Bobby?" And he looks at me and he goes, "Yeah, what do you know about them?" And I says, "I'm Bobby. I'm your son."
Wow.
And, you fast forward a couple of years, he gets hit by a train, loses an arm and a leg, and then you fast forward another couple of years, I was able to work with him in a movie. So you can imagine growing up, never knowing your father, and then you meet him in this most bizarre of circumstance.
By chance.
And in a way, kind of hating him because he was never around, but in some magical or for some reason you just kind of put it all in a box and you bury it and you're like, you know what, let's make an art project together. So that's what we did. So we made a Candy Apple, and it was a great experience working with him. And unbeknownst to me, this guy was a fantastic actor.
Yeah.
He was.
He read his lines. He was like reading the script, and he was like, no, you're cutting my line up there. It's this for this. I was like, oh shit, you're right. I wrote the fucking thing, and this guy knows the script better than I do. I didn't take into account that he's been a showman his whole life, right? So, he's been in bands his whole life, so he's been memorizing lyrics. He knows delivery. He knows all these things. So that was a real benefit for me.
Wow.
And also, getting to know the old man.
Yeah. Is that why you wanted to do that as kind of like a bonding experience?
No. I wanted to do it because I had an opportunity, and he was a character.
Yeah. But also, byproduct was, maybe, like you said, getting to hang out, know him.
Yeah.
Maybe
that was a byproduct.
Each other.
Yeah.
You wrote it for him. Or did you write this?
No,
or did you write the character?
I wrote it for myself. I wrote it for myself.
No, of course.
I want it to be like this, like great fucking American film.
Yeah, obviously.
It just I just got bamboozled all down the line. And
yeah,
so I met
the
great people here at Anchor Bay.
but he was. Did he improv a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a real showman, like I said.
Yeah.
So,
but as you were writing it, you knew that he was going to play it.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah. No, he didn't. The character was him. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool.
You're fucking using?
Oh, man. Bob.
Well, it looks like you're using it again.
Stop! I'm not, man. stepped out one fucking time, Bob. I've been running fucking good, man. I've been doing good, making money for us. But me and you, I can't have you paying for everything, dude. This fucknut left me in a fucking carpet.
Oh, fuck you.
Rolled up fucking on the way to Staten Island. Or whatever the fuck that shithole's called.
Not even like that. Listen, I am done trying to fucking help you, all right? I tried, you fucked up. I'm finished, all right?
Bob,
that's it. No, shut the fuck
Bob.
up. Listen to me. Do not talk to me. Don't call me. Nothing, all right? You take care of him.
What can I ask you? What? Why didn't you put him in the next movie?
You know what, man? I'm gonna tell you something. That's my biggest regret.
Really?
Because he happened to be in town while I was shooting that. Because he was like on tour for his band or something, and you know, he was like, "Yeah, man, just give me a part. I don't care how small." And for some fucking stupid reason, little old fucking Dean here was like, "Okay, this is the film. This is the film. I have to have, everyone's got to be either an actor or an aspiring actor. It's going to be great. This time it's going to work. This time I'm going to get the attention. This time someone's going to fucking care that matters." Right? He was just outside the whole time, and we're shooting in there. And we had what was the question?
No, I said, why didn't you
I put
cast
him
him
in
in
it?
Dead Man's Barstool?
I did. Well, that's why. Is because I thought to myself, I should have an all new cast and people that are in some direction within the business.
Yeah.
Which I think was stupid.
Well, you could kind of tell when I was watching. I was like, okay, this movie's a little more
Yeah,
plot oriented, a little more serious.
And I also co-wrote that with someone, a great
Okay.
guy, but it wasn't me. I don't know. That was a grave mistake. I should have never done that. And it was also, I mean, to be honest, it was with an executive producer that I thought was always going to be excited to just give me another X amount of money to make a small film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That bitch didn't.
So that was your financier for both movies, or just?
Yeah.
So what were the
She
budgets?
she was a great friend.
Can I ask you the budgets? Does Anchor Bay know?
No, they're very low budgets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
oh, this is yours.
But what just because we and if you don't want to give us an exact
No,
number,
they were
just,
very low budgets. I mean, Candy Apple. I think our initial budget was $87,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the other was Dead
And then we
Man's
got a little
Barstool,
more,
a little higher.
We got a little more for post, but I mean it was about
So
100.
about 100.
And then Dead Man's is about a quarter. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Very. I mean here's the thing, man. Is like these are films that. I mean, you look at $250,000, you think to yourself, "Oh my God, you could do the Titanic." No,
Goes
man.
fast.
I'm telling you, like every favor I could have possibly asked from someone was asked.
Yeah.
I mean, people showing up at 2 a.m. for a 4 a.m. call, all these things. I mean, the crew, everyone was so fantastic, and it's, they were barely fucking making it, and I paid absolutely everybody.
Did you find your cut getting smaller and smaller?
Oh
and
no,
smaller?
I didn't get a cut.
Right. Exactly.
It all went to everyone else.
Maybe
I
you're like,
wanted
"Hey."
I wanted the gaffers and the everyone to get fucking paid.
Yeah.
Best boy, everybody. I wanted everyone to get money. I was like, for me, it's just like I get paid by having it done.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean that's an idea, but I won't do that again.
Yeah. I was in Dead Man's Barstool. I was missing the magical realism that you do so well in Candy Apple, like the acid scenes and.
That was a cool scene.
Oh my God, it
That
was
a
so
cool scene.
sweet. It's so fun. You've definitely done acid in Central Park before, right?
No. Wait. No. Too far from home.
Oh, well, but the playing with his arm, was that improvised?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't in the script. That was my friend Neon. Right? In the park where they're like dancing around?
Yeah.
That's Tompkins Square Park. So that's a little closer to my house.
Okay.
So I can get a taxi if need be if it hits too hard. But so the story about that actually, so that the acid trip is a real story. That was with me and a friend of mine at the time. She moved away. But we were pretty close and we would drop acid. Well, we did drop acid and we were in the park and it was just like this hilarious thing. Like it was honestly like a soundtrack and everyone dancing around and there was like the Puerto Rican drum circle and it was just so much fun. People were dancing It's also kind of before smartphones.
Yeah.
People were a lot more fun before 2012.
Yeah.
And I think that's a terrible thing that's happened is these fucking things, you know. I know.
Yeah, but I just love the style of the whole acid sequence, and like it was camp, it was creepy,
it was. Yeah,
and
Drug
it was
train, baby.
and it was cute at the same time.
Yeah, it was.
Like,
yeah, it was fun. It was fun. That was a really good day.
Yeah, and then I did miss those aspects in Dead Man's Barstool, so I was curious if you've ever kind of wanted to do a film that was like more leaning into that.
I would like to, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why not? I mean, I'm working on one now that doesn't really include that, but you know, I mean, Candy Apple had a lot of these sort of fever dreams.
Yeah.
You know,
and you did them so well, which was so hard to do.
Yeah, they were fun. They were fun. You know what's fun about those is because you can really act dumb.
Yeah,
and there's not a lot of lines.
Yeah.
And it's just really like in post with the music and the lighting, you know. So, yeah, I mean, why the fuck not? But I don't have. I mean,
I watched Dead Man's Barstool and I was like, I wish there was some drag queens and some sparkles and
she wanted more of that Candy Apple
some cool
style.
lights.
I know, me too.
I did.
If I can go back in time, dude, I would do it. Trust me. But you know, this is me being a very.
You wanted something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is honestly, I'm just being a very honest critic of myself, I guess, an honest filmmaker of whatever the fuck I'm talking about.
Well, listen, if you're an artist, you want to do the same thing twice.
Yeah, but you know, you can kind of overcorrect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you do find your style.
That's what you feel like you did.
I think Dead Man's Barstool is a fantastic film. I think I
say whodunit.
I stand by it. It's just. You know, it's just entirely different film.
Yeah.
And I think I have a nostalgia for the first one, Candy Apple, in a different way.
Definitely.
So,
the scene with the man eating the cereal on your chest.
Oh.
I don't even know how to describe how that made me feel. I don't even know I can't even imagine how that made you feel.
Bob.
Was that something that's happened to you before and you're like, "Oh, I got to put this in the script," or was it just like I'm curious.
Well, it's a hilarious situation.
Yeah, it is.
And my friend's apartment was really nice. And I thought to myself, what an interesting interaction it would be.
Yeah, it was.
Because I have the concave chest.
Yeah.
So really, my chest and my spine at a certain part are about an inch apart.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
No, I'm sure it's more than an inch, I hope. But, you know, like it's kind of it's absurd. It's kind of like anyway, so everyone just loves that scene. And I fucking knew they would. So that's why I put it in the goddamn thing.
It's great.
Had he done that before? Was he that
actor?
That actor, yeah.
I hope not.
But I mean, how hard was it?
What kind of pervert you think this guy is? I think he's a professional
belly button.
The question honestly came up for me because I had an ex-boyfriend with an enclave chest. Enclave? I don't know what you just said. Concaved? I don't know. Mm-hmm. But and that never ever ever occurred to me. And then I saw that scene and I was like,
missed opportunity.
Huh. Yeah, missed opportunity. So interesting.
Next time.
Yeah, next time.
I wanted to ask you the title, the name Candy Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Oh, I do remember how it happened.
I looked up. Go ahead. Tell us how you got it.
Oh, symbolism. Tell me how you think I got it.
Who should go first?
You.
Yeah.
Well, because there was it was a dream sequence that was going on, and it said, "Dreaming of a candy apple signifies intuition, growth, happiness, and spiritual enlightenment."
Oh,
in all you do, ensure you focus on leading your life on the right path.
Give me a break.
Listen to your instincts, follow your heart, never go wrong. I'm like, is that what he's trying to say?
Oh, yeah, totally. No.
Okay.
No, I'll tell you what fucking happened. All right, I'll tell you what fucking happened. Forget the candy part.
This order.
What happened was the first time I did LSD, which, for the record, Your Honor, I'm never doing again, but I've done it several times since. But the first time, was with my father.
Oh, okay.
Lead actor. You know, he's like, "It's fine, dude. Just have a little."
How old were you?
6. No, this was like shortly before I made the film.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So
how old were you when you made the film?
I don't remember. 25.
It was 2015, right?
Yeah.
Or it came out in 2000.
Yeah, I don't know. 27, maybe. No, I think it was 27, 28. But
That's how old I am.
is that how old you were?
That's how old I am.
27,
yeah.
28.
I'm 26, 27 in
Yeah.
October.
Let's talk about you longer.
Yeah, this is my podcast.
So Candy Apple, the name.
Oh yeah, that's right. So we're doing some acid, right? And I never done acid before, so it hit me really hard.
Yeah.
You know, he's done acid his whole fucking life.
Right,
That's
right,
why
right.
he's like,
Who's like, it's weak.
so he's fucking fine, dude. And I'm just like in my bed. He's in the living room on the couch, and I'm just like, holy shit, how long does this shit last? And he's like, you got about 20 hours. I said, fuck, right?
So you just stayed
And I
at
have to go to
home?
work and shit.
You didn't go like out
So
to the zoo?
we ended up going to the bar that opened at 8 in the morning.
Oh,
Oh
God.
shit! What time did you guys drop acid?
Probably about 4 in the morning.
Oh,
5 in the
God.
morning.
So you're like
Probably about
so you're like
6.
halfway
Probably
in.
at 5 or 6 in the morning. So it's really kicking,
Yeah.
Anyway, so out of nowhere, I just hear crunching, and I'm like
God.
looking at him, and he has an apple that he pulled out of his pocket, and there's like a penny stuck on one side, and he's just chewing this shit very casually, looking at the ceiling. I thought to myself like, where the fuck did you get an apple? And it looked candied on that when I was
Yeah.
on it, when I was on LSD. So I thought like, oh my God, so somehow that came into a movie title, Candy Apple.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that. You have the line in the movie, I think I might be a better actor than director. Do you think that's true?
No, it was just a line to fill something.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm probably a better actor than
That's what you said.
director. I'm probably
That's
a better
what the line
director
was,
than actor.
wasn't it?
That's what I'm going to say. I'm a better I'm a better director than I don't know. I'm good at all of it.
You're like, I'm fucking
Cut
talented.
that whole question. I just bombed it.
So what? Okay, so between 2015 and 2018 or whatever those release dates,
Yeah,
you're gonna make another movie.
yeah.
And had Candy Apple been in film festivals? Had people watched it? Had like what had this? You got financing again, right? So your investor
Yeah.
liked it.
Yeah.
So did you have distribution yet, or like what's that experience been like? Like
I don't
that,
remember.
the whole gamut of trying to get your movie.
I don't
out there.
remember.
Didn't you do self distribution? Didn't you do like Film Hub or streaming or any aggregate like that?
No, I did some other fucking asshole. He really robbed me blind.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I ended up on Amazon Prime.
Okay. That's
which
like the
are
easy.
also fucking assholes. So
You never saw any money.
oh fuck no, dude! I got a royalty check for $4.98.
Fuck yeah. Boom.
Yeah.
Did you frame it?
I never cashed it. I have that check still.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I got the check in the mail, and I knew it was gonna be bad because I suddenly realized that this guy was a snake's oil salesman, and I was sitting in the park, and I was like opening the check. And as I opened it, and I was laughing at it because it didn't even round up to $5.
Yeah.
Damn.
I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Taxes.
And a bird shat on me at the same time.
No.
I was like, "This is fucking perfect.
That's good luck though.
This
when
is
that happens.
great.
Yeah.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah. It's supposed to be.
Well,
Sometimes the universe
find
has to
out.
humble you.
All right. So then
I think it was an eagle. It was a lot.
Whoa.
Wow. He's like, it was big shit.
So you're dealing with that with Candy
It was a
Apple?
bukkake.
Just a bunch of them?
Yeah,
Bunch of
it was a
birds?
lot. It was a gang shit,
A gang-
I
a
think.
gang
Yeah.
shit.
They were like, this guy.
This guy.
This is who we're
yeah.
going to target
This
today.
guy,
I was
you see
wearing
the
the
size of
wrong
that
color.
check?
and
You
the
see
wrong...
the size of that check.
Now's the perfect time to shit
Yeah,
on him.
look at that fucking asshole.
So that was
Look at him.
before Dead Man's Barstool? That you realized
No, that was
oh,
after
that was
Devin's Barstool.
All right.
So Candy Apple, that was my first film.
Yeah, right.
So everyone was eager to have it, and everyone, like, how can we see it? How can we see it? We'll give you money. And I'm like, no, I'm supposed to do X, Y, and Z. And I wish, in retrospect, I had acknowledged the fact that it's probably not going to make $1 zillion, and I should have just put it accessible to everybody, and it probably would have garnered more attention. And,
That's always the that's always like
gamble.
yeah, but it's also like, so that was a different experience with that producer. So she was not an investor per se. So it was like, it was just a different thing. So with what I'm doing next is more with someone, I hope, that's like, we want to see it to fruition. We want to see that kid grow up and like be well, as opposed to just like, here's a chunk of money, Godspeed.
Did you have anybody like guiding you through this process? Like anybody, like did you have anyone mentor or something?
No, man, I had just good thoughts and prayers is all I had.
But you had support, right? You had. I think of making a movie in New York. I've never done a New York thing. I like the New York thing. I like the idea of it. I'm in LA, but I always like when I see a movie or a show or anything in New York, I'm like, damn, I wish I'd just lived there for at least a year. And so like when I see movies there, I get a little bit of, FOMO or something. And so especially when it's told from someone who lives there and knows, you're kind of like giving us an inside scoop of, what vicariously, like what I'm missing out on. And so I just imagine the people that, people hear when you're making a movie. It's like everyone's making a movie. Nobody gives a shit. Mm-hmm. And so, like, did you find that you had support? Did you find that people were like, had your back over there?
Not so much in like the and with people who knew anything about film, but I had lots of support and love from everyone who didn't.
The community,
the community
artists.
for sure.
The artists.
So like the bars that I shot at, the lights and cameras that we borrowed and all these things. I mean, people just doing favors left and right. So lots of love there.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, we were talking about budgets earlier. Like, that's why that can only exist in the place that you live if you have friends.
Right.
Whereas, ideally, the next film I'm doing, I don't want to be in New York. I love New York. New York is a beautiful city. It's very cinematic.
Yeah.
But it's ironically, I come here to LA and I'm looking at the canyons and all these things. I'm like, this is gorgeous.
Yeah. It's all beautiful, man.
It is. I mean, I was looking at the outside the elevator and I was like, oh, look at that sunset setting on the hills. And,
it's pretty.
Nice.
There's your
I also don't live here, so
your paint, your canvas brain and your paintings.
What is the rose and thorn of filming in New York?
Huh?
The best and worst part.
I see. Oh, the rose and thorn.
Yeah.
Which I can only see the good parts, which I guess I more or less mentioned. The worst part, well, I guess the worst part is it gets redundant.
Yeah.
So if you've made 2 films in a row that are in New York, I mean, I'm not Scorsese, and these are not complex mafia films with families and all these things, these characters that you want to follow.
Yeah. That's interesting. I was more thinking of like, there's so many fucking people around all the time. Like, how do you
no one notices anyone.
Wow.
What'd you shoot them on?
Candy Apple was shot on a red.
Okay.
Where the fuck that is. And then the last one was shot on something, I don't know, it was Sony something. I have no idea. I like the camera on the last one better. But then, I don't know, whatever. What do I know? I have no idea.
Wow.
It's not my department.
I want to talk about going back to Deadman's Barstool.
Yeah.
The bar scene, specifically the memorial scene where like everyone is in that room, like almost all of the characters, like the detectives in there, and then the British girls are in there, and Tommy Boy and the bartender and Jamie and Jack, and like everyone's there. It was so Chekhovian to me because you're very good at writing specific relationships between characters. Like you kind of know exactly how every single person feels about every single other person in the bar. And maybe that just comes from you being so close to your neighborhood bar and like actually experiencing it. But I'm curious, what was kind of the challenge of filming all of those people in that space and also trying to portray those specific relationships?
Ginny, this is Detective McCullen. Detective, this is Ginny.
How kind of you to introduce.
The detective wants to reopen the case.
Potentially. It's a homicide.
A homicide? Has this country gone absolutely mad? May I have everyone's attention, please?
Everybody shut the fuck up! The Limey has something she wants to say.
Thank you. Now, if we could all just take a moment and bow our heads in prayer and ask for our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, to guide us and give us strength in the days to come. And justice for the death of our most beloved friend and spiritual mentor, John the Preacher.
Friend and spiritual mentor, my black ass.
The Lord has sent us this angel. Detective, what's your name again?
Okay, I want.
Mulholland.
Well, you know what's funny, I'll say, before I forget, is that memorial that was shot was actually more or less a recreation of the memorial that we at that bar or another bar had at for Uncle Walty that was in Kenny Apple,
Oh,
the old
really?
guy at the stage bar. And everyone had a story and like a, it was very nice. And everyone said something and a toast and
That's really nice.
But with Dead Man's Barstool, it was more of like a writing technique of like, okay, we have to guide the viewer to think this or that about someone.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do we like achieve suspense or yada yada? I don't know. Did we do it?
That's it. That's interesting. Can you talk about writing suspense?
Yeah, it's a lot of Columbo watching. I'll tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of who did it, who done it.
Yeah.
I mean, like I co-wrote it with someone. So that's the first time I've ever written anything that's with someone else.
Mm-hmm. How's that?
Did you like the process?
Yeah, no, the process was great.
Yeah.
I loved ping pong. Like, okay, so and so walks into a room, comes back, and then he's wearing a hat. But what kind of hat? It's plaid. Why is it plaid? Who wears a plaid hat? And there's a whole,
Yeah.
we just make up shit. And then we realize what's sticking to, what batter is sticking to the wall,
So your writing partner, are they pursuing? Have they gone on to pursue things in like writing career? Or?
Yeah, sure. I mean, he just wrote a memoir, and he's always got a project up his sleeve. So
A memoir.
Yeah.
Would you ever write a memoir?
I oughta, but I prefer it in the form of moving picture.
Mm. Are you and your dad still in contact?
Sure.
Nice.
Yeah, he's doing great.
Wow. Are you going to put him in another movie?
I'd like to have him in a part, yes.
Yeah.
We would like to see that.
Me too.
So it said his name, is that the name he goes by? Trash.
Yeah.
What was the last name?
Texas Trash.
Oh, I'm sorry. Texas Trash.
Yeah.
It was like I saw Texas Trash playing Texas
Yeah.
Trash.
Yeah.
Texas Trash.
So
Texas Trash.
yeah,
That's cool.
and then I was
I like that. It's a
and
great
then
name
Tom
for
told me
like
that
a
was
documentary.
Like your dad.
Yeah.
A mockumentary. Texas
Yeah.
Trash played by Texas Trash.
Texas Trash.
Yeah. Wow. Your dad could probably have a really great documentary made
He's
about
one
him.
of the most arresting characters that you could possibly meet. Regardless if you know him or not. Like this is a kind of personality. There's very few on the planet that can walk into a room and completely capture everyone's attention.
Yeah.
Make everyone laugh, and everyone would just like shut the fuck up and like wait for
Yeah.
this person. What is he gonna say? What's the next part?
Yeah.
That's that kind of personality, and it's like you can't learn that.
Yeah.
It's something that you're gifted by something.
Yeah. It reminds me of William
Charisma.
H. It reminds me of William H.
That's
Macy's
the
character in Shameless.
Right. Oh, I love him.
Yeah. That was
lovable-
very much like I was just seeing him with your dad the
That's
whole
the
time.
one thing I felt that when I was watching
Shameless.
and I hated the way they treated him. Like they were
Yeah.
so much better. It's like, yeah, he's a fucking alcoholic. The guy in Shameless, whatever his name
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
What's his name?
In Shameless?
Yeah, Dad. Frank.
Frank, yes.
So like they're treating Frank like he's like, oh, you scum, blah blah. Look, he's like, you just come here for your checks. You're all fucking on crack.
He had
Yeah.
some
Shut the fuck up.
He
Get
had
off
some
his
good
fucking
ideas.
back. Yeah, he's an addict. Don't fucking make him feel bad about it.
Yeah.
I hated that.
But he was
shit.
always
But he was a
scheming.
great actor.
Oh, he's so good.
Fantastic. I fell in love with that guy in fucking Fargo, dude. He was just
Yeah.
just always good. Everything he fucking
To
does.
go from
he just
Fargo to
nails
that,
it. Nails
it's-
it. Everything he
it's good
fucking
range.
does.
Yeah.
You
What's your letterbox top 4 films?
Oh fuck. I liked Trees Lounge a lot.
Oh, dude, your movie kind of had that.
Good.
Candy Apple.
Good.
Have you seen Trees Lounge?
I haven't.
Steve Buscemi. He directed.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was his
Dude,
only.
we were talking about that earlier. Daniel
or
Baldwin's
his
in it.
debut, at least. What was that actor? I forgot. One of the guys that was in it.
Oh, the big dude with the beard.
No, it's another guy, like the coked out guy. What's his name?
Who's the coked out guy in Trees
We're all
Lounge?
kind of coked out. But anyway, it doesn't matter. His name, whatever.
Who's Mark Boone Jr.
We have an audience
the one
in the
he does-
studio.
That's the one he does coke with in the. Remember when they bring the girls back to his house and he's married, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no, that guy. Yeah.
He was also in
good,
Sons
too.
of Anarchy.
Oh right. No, there was another guy. I saw him leaving a
Seymour Cassell.
Soho Grand or something. I happened to be there. This guy was leaving. I was like, "Yay! I loved you in Trees Lounge," and he kind of like took a few paces.
He's like, "What?"
Looked around. And he was like, "What? You're the guy that saw that?" I was like, "That was like one of the greatest films." Okay, that's number one.
All right, so that's number one.
Fuck my ass. Let's see what else is. Man, see, this is the shit I was worried about. You know, all
Jillian.
you fucking film nerds.
I love watching. I love watching him squirm right now for such a. What are your favorite movies?
It's fucking freezing in here.
It is. It is. Fun.
Let's see. Let me think here.
Anything by John Waters? I
Oh,
heard
yeah.
you mention John Waters.
I'm literally sweating my ass off.
Oh,
I know.
Like, look at that.
I can smell
God
you.
damn.
No, you can't.
It must be hotter over there.
Probably. Yeah, we'll say it
I'd
is.
be the one sweating.
Second favorite film.
John Waters.
John Waters was great. I liked. I like all of his films, but I really liked. God damn it! What's that one with that
Pink
crazy
Flamingos?
bitch?
Oh,
The foot stomper and the. No, that was maybe another one. It was the one that couldn't stop screaming.
Pink Flamingo? Is it like one of his earlier
It's
ones?
later ones.
Oh, later ones? Like
Yeah.
Pecker?
Oh, yeah, it's fine. Whatever. I can't even think of it. So let's go.
Crybaby. Which one?
No, I don't like Crybaby.
Which one?
I would go with Hairspray.
Hairspray?
Hairspray is fantastic.
Hairspray.
But it's,
Hairspray?
that's like. That's
2008 musical.
No.
Oh,
The
Oh
original.
no, he did the
Girl?
original. I
The
think it was
original's
like
what,
1980
With Ricky Lake?
85.
yeah. I've seen
84,
it.
maybe. I don't know.
Ricky Lake and then the mom.
Yeah, when she was fat and fun.
The mom. She was in all.
Yeah,
the
that's
movies.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's the bitch. A serial mom.
Oh, with Kathleen
Turner. Yeah. That's the one I like.
Oh, that's the one you like. Okay.
Oh, but I do like how in Hairspray that he had for the first time Divine as a supporting character.
Divine.
That's what you're saying.
That's all. I was like Devo. No, that's not
Devos,
right.
no. Same era.
Yeah.
But no, you know, she was cool. I just like that scene with her and Ben what's the father's name?
In Hairspray?
No, what's that? You got what's that famous actor? Ben Stiller?
There
What's
is
his
a Ben
father's
Stiller.
name?
Oh, Jerry Stiller.
Jerry
Ben
Stiller.
Stiller's a
Yeah.
nepo baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
Jerry
course.
Stiller, his dad.
I didn't know that.
George Costanza's dad in Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Oh no
So
way.
And his mom. And
He's
his mom's
Divine's
Oh, okay.
husband in Hairspray.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
And anyway, Divine's like yelling him about like, I'm trying to iron in here. And I just thought that was the funniest scene. I'm like, sold. This is the best film ever. All right, that's two.
Well, just give us your. I guess you just give us your top
All right,
5
fine.
John Waters movies.
Yeah.
No,
well,
no, I want to hear his
all
top.
All right. Oh, I don't know. I can't even think of anything else. Let's see. The third, you know, fuck my. I like
Mean Streets.
Shut
Oh,
up.
Mean
I'm
Streets.
trying to
good.
help him. Didn't you?
Why?
figure
You
out
don't need to help
Well,
someone
I'm
know what their
debating
favorite
on
movie
Look at
is.
the John
Okay,
Waters.
let me tell you what I'm debating between.
pass,
I'm
serve I
debating
gave him.
between Stand By Me
Oh,
great.
good movie.
versus Blue Velvet.
Oh, also
Okay,
great
They
movie.
couldn't be any more opposite, but I love them each. Okay.
So do I.
So it kind of feels like, you know, I look at my like Spotify, it's like Bach or, you know, Missy Elliott.
Okay,
You know,
first of all,
it could just be-
love those two choices
you
so
know,
much.
It's very eclectic, so it's kind of like hard to like, you know, de-scramble my brain. But I would say like there's something about.
You don't need to sound like a film scholar right now, too. Your favorite film could be
I'm
Cars.
not trying to. I hope it didn't.
Yeah, dude, you're totally coming
I hope
off
I'm
like
not-
this film nerd. No, come on, no, you're not. But this is the second out of third podcast that we've talked about
Yeah.
Blue Velvet.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
really?
you directed
Well, you know,
the
you got
casting
Velvet.
director.
Blue Velvet.
No, you
What?
directed the casting director of Blue Velvet.
You got Blue Velvet right
Oh,
there.
Pam Guest?
Of course you
Pam
fucking
Guest.
talk
Shout
about
out
Blue
Pam
Velvet.
Guest.
I didn't
Oh,
know
yeah.
that about Pam Guest, and I still don't know that about.
It's
her.
like when
I think
someone
you're
says,
lying.
pick a number. You
What?
pick 1, 2, 3 numbers. Pick a number. They're going to say 3. You know.
Yeah.
It's the what is it? The insinuations.
What's your favorite comedy? What makes you laugh?
Like the type of comedy or a movie?
Just like a movie.
Oh, you know, comedies haven't been made in a long time. I'll tell you, comedy. The fact that people call shit funny,
Yeah.
when it's actually just a drama with 3 jokes.
The Bear, best comedy.
Yeah, I know.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I mean,
it won best comedy.
The last, what's it? The Bear.
The Bear. The first 3 episodes of this season is literally like, holy shit. Like,
Yeah,
it's
I don't
so
understand
much.
how that's a fucking comedy.
It's not.
Okay, so comedies to me, I'm thinking of like, Waterboy, Dumb and Dumber,
Happy Gilmore. Haven't seen
These
it.
kinds of things that are like, Joe Dirt and, things that are just like every fucking line is built to make you laugh. It ends in a joke. There's no lessons. There's no hugs. It's just like, let's just fucking take a break from the goddamn planet and laugh for 90 minutes. God fucking forbid there's not a lesson in 90 minutes. Yeah. And I really would love to see someone do that again, but they can't do it because the critics are too much. They're like, oh, you didn't mention this during your comedy. It's like, yeah, well, maybe it's just the fucking comedy. Yeah, we didn't mention the war in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Or we didn't mention Gaza or something. It's like, can we just take can we hit snooze?
It's not woke.
On the planet.
Yeah.
It's not woke. Well, they want artists to be
Woke
woke.
has ruined comedy. The studios have ruined comedy. And it's just like a very small percentage of very vocal critics have overridden a vast majority of audience, in my opinion.
Well, when you have command, if you were a big filmmaker, or if you have a big platform, then they're gonna, they want to push that agenda. This woke shit's here because you're gonna reach so many people. Why don't you make a comedy that's not like that? Or maybe you are. Maybe that's your next project. You're secretly.
What's funny, man, is I've been
cooking over there.
I thought to myself, like, the next movie I'm gonna make, it's gonna be like a great comedy. It's gonna be like The Mask or something
good.
like that, And then,
Top secret.
I ended up writing this new one that I'm just madly in love with, and it's not like that, but it's a very sad story because it's a true story, something that happened in my life. But I'm going to make it very funny.
Love.
So it's going to be very funny. There's not going to be 2 minutes that pass where you don't chuckle at least.
All comedies rooted
But I
in
want
truth.
a good belly laugh every now and then.
Well, in my opinion, a good horror movie is just like it has there's dramatic elements behind it. It's like a drama, but with some fucked up shit going on in the background.
I'm still curious what in your opinion, was the last like great comedy movie you saw?
The last great one. Let me think here. Like a last fucking funny comedy I've seen. Man, in movies,
Tropic Thunder.
Let
I don't
him
think I've seen
answer
that.
the question.
He hasn't seen it. Now he's gonna see it.
No,
I
gotta
just
see it.
want to know his favorite comedy.
I took the pressure off a little. Now he's gonna have it. Boom. I made him Jack Black.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't say.
Step
I can
Brothers.
tell you how disappointed
Step
I
Brothers
am.
is awesome.
I love
other
Step
people's
Brothers.
stories,
Do you like Step Brothers?
Yes.
Okay, that's one of
That's your
one of my
answer.
top 4.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Any Jim Jarmusch stuff?
Love
I mean,
Jim
you're a
Jarmusch.
New Yorker, so like, do you like the minimalist like storytelling stuff?
Yeah, I
like,
love it.
Like The
It's
Stranger
great.
in Paradise, Down by Law.
Mystery Train
Mystery Train.
was a fantastic film.
That's 3 stories, 4 or 5 stories,
I forgot
5
what the
stories.
fuck it was, but yeah, the Scream J. Hawkins, and then my favorite was
yes,
the 2 Japanese kids
Oh, yeah.
visited trying to get to Graceland, but they were like in a motel, and she like lights a cigarette with her toe, and just like it was all one continuous shot, and it was seamless. No one broke. It was just beautiful.
Yeah.
And I actually ended up. I was in a music video at that very diner for a friend's band in Memphis, and Memphis is a really cool town. But it was kind of, and I didn't realize it was the same diner. That it's the same one where like the girl gets chased out of, and there used to be a hotel around the corner, which is where they shot Screamer J. Hawkins. R.I.P. What a fucking fantastic human being that was.
Do you know Screaming Jay Hawkins?
No.
I put a spell on you.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I
'Cause
do.
you're mine.
Very,
Yeah, I know that.
There's a
Yeah,
website.
yeah. I'm bad with names.
ScreamingJayHawkinsKids.com. It's all these people registering as his long lost kids.
Oh, I
This
bet.
guy, this man, loved to fuck. All right.
Yeah,
And let's
I
just
bet.
say his boys could swim. So he's got a
Strong
lot of
swimmers.
fucking kids out there, and they don't have any money.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't make any money. Shit, I mean, it was an era that you just didn't make. I mean, now you don't make any money either on music, so I don't know.
His voice reminds me of, I don't know if you've ever heard it. If not, check it out. There's this artist named Ganja Sufi, and I think that's how you say it, Ganja Sufi, one word. And he has this album called A Sufi and a Killer, and I mean, the style is really weird. Like the music's really weird. It's like it's just. I don't know. It's experimental, but the dude's voice, it has that raspy, like it's like he's singing in one of those microphones. You know that? What are those microphones called?
Yeah,
you know, not like this microphone, but the big one.
Ed Sullivan microphones is what I always call them.
The what?
Ed Sullivan microphone. Yeah.
And it's you just kind of picture him singing with one of those. But Ganja Sufi, check it out. That album, his other albums, they're just. I'm like, what happened? It's one good album.
What excites you about the industry now, moving forward, or is it kind of like you're like, I don't like
everything
it right
excites me.
now.
I'm always excited to see people are working on it. I love to see people at work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I love to see what people are working on, whatever their idea is, even if I'm not particularly excited about it. No, what wouldn't excite me? You know.
Yeah, I don't know. The strike was not exciting and made me very.
Well, yeah. Well, that was like, what, a fucking year ago, right?
You're living in the past.
I know I am living in the past. Well, I graduated in the middle of the pandemic, and then immediately the strike happened. So it's kind of hard to look positively into the future of the industry at the moment. The good parts of those pauses is that, you know, only change can come, and hopefully what comes is better than what it was. But it is kind of... looking not as bright at the moment, so that's why I was like, maybe you can spark some excitement.
Not as bright as compared to what? I mean, I don't know.
That's true.
90s.
I guess like the boom of streaming was so exciting because like everyone could make something.
Things ebb and flow. I mean, like I think the point is to keep working and not worry about anything.
Definitely.
You know, just like I think the most exciting thing is when people concentrate on putting forward their absolute best product.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it might be. Mm-hmm. You know, like when people are at their best is when I get most excited.
Do you think that this whole streaming thing where everything's accessible is just oversaturated and made people just
I think there's too much shit.
Just too much shit, right?
Yeah, there is.
It's the passion's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I talked about this on the last one. In the first couple minutes, you can see the movie's uninspired.
You're cautious. You're vigilant.
Like, I just try to figure out if something's not going right. I think I try to figure out how to make it work. You know, it's like, the industry. Yeah. We're not. Nobody's doing MGs. You know, like Tom and Brian will tell me. You know, for well, they're not doing MGs either. But can I talk about that?
What's an MG?
Wait, a minimum guarantee, like where you pay the filmmaker for, you pre-buy some, and a lot of that stuff. And I just feel like every time. Like, there's never a time where we're sitting there going, oh, yeah, everyone's giving MGs, everyone's giving, everyone's, and all the projects are being greenlit. It's just like no matter how good it seems like things are going, it's just like, oh, but. There's always a but. And that's always the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
So, like, if we, and that's just, like, that's just internal from the industry in general. But, like, if you were to, what if you were to ask somebody who has nothing to do with movies what they think of the state of the industry is, Like just to someone who goes to the movie theaters, goes out to the movies, once a month.
Gosh, I'd be curious. I have no idea.
Do they like what's happening? Are they sick of Marvel movies? I have no idea.
You should ask one.
It just doesn't feel sustainable. The way all the big studio films now and like the formula, like they're just so following a formula, and we talked about it last week. Like it's just rubber. It's just like very pretty, but it's so fake and plastic and nothing like. There's no depth to anything, and it just feels like that can't be sustainable. And so I'm just like, it's just interesting knowing that a change has to happen. A change is going to happen, but I have no idea what or how.
Well, so don't you think like maybe then the optimism, the optimistic in me is like, don't you think that certain things like this will push society to that point where it's like enough?
Well, I think
and we go back to fucking good movies.
I think it might be like how like the music industry, like independent artists were just like, I'm just gonna fucking put out my own shit. Like I'm not gonna be waiting for these big record companies who are just like trying to make a top 40. Like And so maybe we'll just see a huge renaissance of indie films.
Well, it's fear. It's fear. You know, it's like a fear-based thing. Like,
yeah, I mean, you're
are...
dealing with fear, and then you're dealing with hunger, and it's like that's a crazy. I'm so curious to see what in the next 5 years is going to come from those two really extreme feelings. And yeah, maybe we will just have a huge renaissance of indie films, but I don't even. Yeah.
Well, I think Anchor Bay is already starting to pick up. I think that's the idea for Anchor Bay is they're really conscious about the brand and like pushing movies like that, because when you think of a studio like A24 or Neon, and all those, like you're like, I don't care who's in that movie. It's not about star power. It's about it's about that.
You know, I'm going to sit in that theater and I'm going to experience
it's
a
an
really
A24,
cool.
bro. It's a Neon film. Yeah.
Like,
oh.
Who's in it? Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? It's going to be
That's
sick.
how I feel.
Yeah.
And so what do you see, Dean, for like? First of all, do you know? Are you familiar with Anchor Bay? Like the
yes,
from back in the day. You know.
Yeah.
How did you get in contact with them?
I don't remember how I got in contact with you guys. I was actually just thinking about that on the flight over here. I was like, how do I know these guys? But you know what? Better not to ask, right? So I'm like, you know what?
It's the wrong guy. We meant the other Dean Dempsey that film.
Oh shit.
What are your hopes for the re-releases through Anchor Bay? Like, what do you hope like your movies get out of it?
I'll tell you. I'll give you a very solid answer. I want a larger appeal, right? So I want people to be able to access it that otherwise could not fucking find it. And they would ask me constantly. Partly I just want people to shut the fuck up and stop blowing me up all the time. You're like, hey, how come I can't find your shit? I mean, it was on, Prime, like I said. But it was just like, I'm excited that it's going to hopefully go somewhere where, people already have a subscription to where, they could, thumb through it, and new audiences for that matter,
right.
Like just going through the catalog and being like, what the fuck is this thing?
I mean, someone could watch your movie, and here's the whole thing too.
Yeah.
Someone could watch your movie and get inspired by their own mundane, something like Candy Apple, right? Where it's kind of like a mundane, kind of like day in the life, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people, maybe how would you like it if you knew that you were that your movie, your small little indie Candy Apple was the was the movie that pushed another filmmaker to start making movies like that.
I want everyone to make art. Everyone to have a good time. I want everyone to get paid. I want everyone to do well. Unfortunately, it's not going to be the case. But if there's a couple kids out there that get excited to do their own shit, do it. That's great.
You seem like a Buffalo 66 guy. Do you like Buffalo 66?
Oh, that's a great film. Yeah.
I forgot to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might put that up there.
Yeah, that's a good
my
film.
top.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you see Brown Bunny?
I haven't seen
of
that.
Okay.
Yeah. I did see the clip where
Yeah, everyone saw that part.
And I also read like what the director said about it.
What did the director say about it?
You could look it up.
Vincent Gallo.
Vincent. What's his name? Gallo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just if you look
up, it's very interesting.
Anyway,
but I hope that with Anchor Bay that we have these two films that reach a whole new audience in a different way. They scratch a different itch, and it's an exciting new thing for everyone involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think I want you, especially knowing the situation before with your releases. I want you to feel excited because you're like Anchor Bay's. I mean, they're Tom and Brian. They work effortlessly.
Yeah,
tirelessly,
right.
tirelessly and effortlessly.
Both.
And to keep this going.
I know.
To harbor to cater. Whatever.
Oh shit!
I'm trying to sound smarter here. Anyway, I just know that and just hearing what you said, I want you to feel that excitement again as an artist. That your movies will have a second life.
Oh man, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I flew down here.
So this is we have a billion followers.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a billion followers. So this is your platform right here
I
to kind of talk about your stuff. Is there anything else you want to say?
Well, I'm very excited to be working with you guys. I think it's going to be an exciting new adventure with these two projects that I've already had. And I'm very excited about another project that I have in the works.
What can you tell us about it?
I will tell you that it's a coming-of-age comedy about boyhood friendship.
Sweet.
Yes.
I love
nice.
I love coming of age. Like,
yeah.
Wow.
It's really hilarious and weird and fun.
Awesome.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Hey,
Thank you.
You just reminded me. You didn't say love a lot this time.
I feel like I did.
No. Did she? Love.
Sufficed.
Love.
Love.
You did it a lot. Like
I do it a lot. I watch a lot of drag queens. I don't know what to say.
Love.
Ugh, love.
All right. Well,
well, Dean, thank you so much for joining us. This was so fun.
We squeezed this in with Dean. This was like an impromptu kind of like.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's great.
Thank you for swinging by.
In Rome.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
When in Glendale.
My camera's out.
Oh, here, just do what I did last time. All right, so you just were that's another episode in the books. The Plank.
Thanks for watching The Plank, guys. We'll see you next time.
Where we tie you up, stick a knife in your back, and push the industry to the edge.
On the blackest nights we sail through fog, two voices echo from the salty bog, with tales of movies and actors bold. Host Josh and Jillian, their stories unfold. Hold fast the wheel, listen to Jive, the Blank Podcast where legends vibe. From silver screens to haunted dreams, in Josh and Jillian's twisted schemes. Brought to you by Anchor Bay.